Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Kizzy. If you're not new here, welcome back. I look like Mother Nature in a forest somewhere, some type of wildling thing. Yeah. We are going to be giving my cat a pregnancy photo shoot. Yeah. No, I haven't seen anybody do this before. I haven't seen anyone do it before. I see people do a lot of cat shoots and like dressing up their cats, but I've never seen anyone give them a pregnancy shoot. So if it isn't obvious, she's pregnant again. She had a kitten maybe like 4 months ago, and that's Cherry. My dad named her. Not too into the name, but you know, it makes him happy. I don't know what to do with this hair. What do you do if you have like curly hair and it's a lot? What do you do with it? Just for you guys. Volume. Okay, I guess we have volume now. I don't know what that is, but let's just go with it. Okay. I wanted to explain a little bit about my pet situation. Me overall with animals. And yeah, to sit down and talk to you guys about it, because animals have always been like a huge part of my life. I've never really lived any part of my life without having a dog or a cat. When I was younger, we always had dogs in the yard. We had bunnies, we had birds, we had 2 parrots. One was called Happy, one was called Grumpy, and the happy one was actually grumpy and the grumpy one was happy. And one of them could talk. I remember that. And I remember having a black cat. My parents don't remember this, but I remember having a black cat and hiding it in my room and dressing it up in my baby clothes. And I would pretend it was my baby doll. And, you know, I think the cat was just so uncomfortable with me that it eventually just stopped coming to the house. And I don't blame it at all. But overall, I didn't really grow up with cats. Oh, if I didn't tell you also, I'm doing my makeup. I'm so sorry, this is so scattered. I'm doing my makeup and talking to you about my pets. So, and we're gonna go for a simple look today. Basically the exact same thing I did in my first makeup video. And I said I wasn't gonna do another makeup video, but here I am. I just thought it would be boring me just sitting here talking, so I thought I might as well do something. Fenty, that's my girl. Yes, if you know, you know. Shit, where's my beauty blender? I'm back. What was I doing? I was doing something. Ow. Did you hear that? I want to know if the camera actually could hear that, because I had a pet. Yeah, I've grown up with animals my whole life because my dad is a really big animal lover. My mom is not. She doesn't really like animals, to be honest. She doesn't like taking care of them. It's kind of like a burden for her. I shouldn't say that, but she's not an animal person, and that's fine. Not everyone is. You know, I always feel like I use too much of this, and I don't want to be stranded on this island without a Fenty concealer, Fenty foundation. That's like my worst nightmare. So I might have to use it all on my face, but yeah. So I've grown up with animals my whole life, and I'm mostly a dog person because overall, like, we also had pigs and a donkey. The donkey is another story. I have to actually sit down and talk about the donkey story. But a lot of animals I've grown up with, but dogs have always been the one set of animals that have always been consistent. We always have dogs in the yard. Our dogs are guard dogs, basically. They don't come in the house. It's not like how it is in the US, where you have dogs in the house and in the bed. And no, in Jamaica, I kind of wish it was like that. I really do. But in Jamaica, that's just not the norm here. I think how loving and caring I am to my pets and how much I do for them is seen as weird and taboo here. Like, a lot of my friends laugh at me, family members laugh at us Me and my dad basically, because we're the ones that keep doing it. I make sure that they know that they are loved. Like that's just so important to me, because animals have souls, if you didn't know. Just look into their eyes and you can see it. That was deep. They're hybrid dogs, so they get sick easily and they're prone to certain sicknesses and cancers. So my dogs die a lot faster. They don't really last long. They don't last more than like a decade, where I feel like they should last longer. But like, and a lot of my dogs are related. It's like a bloodline thing going down, and like they inherit the same genetic disorders and the same type of cancers, so a lot of them die similar deaths. Pretend I didn't just do that. Okay. After my little brother died, he died May 2018. If you didn't know, you can check out a video where I talk about that here or here. If you're grieving or going through any type of loss, just know I'm here for you. I made a whole video dedicated to you, so you can check it out. So yeah, when my brother died in May of 2018, shortly after, we had a one cat. We called her Patsy. I have an Auntie Patsy. She's not named after my Auntie Patsy, but somebody in the yard just said she looks like a Patsy, so her name was Patsy. So she came here and she had a set of kittens in my backyard. And some of them have died. Some of them have died from natural causes. Some of them have run away. One of them, this is why we don't want to have cats, to be honest. It's not that we welcome the cats or we want the cats, but they've just been born within our space and we just have to learn to live with them. We try to like run them away because my dogs will kill the cats. I have guard dogs. They're killers. I love them. They're my babies. You would look at them and think they're precious angels, but they kill things. Like, that's just their nature. And they killed one of the kittens. It was very, very, I didn't see it, but my mom did, and it was really upsetting for her. It's even hard for her to even face our dogs after she saw that. They're killers. So it's dangerous to have cats and kittens in the yard. It's so, you have to be on edge all the time and watch them. And then my dogs are stuck in their kennel because we don't want to let them out because they'll kill everything. But then they need to come out and like exercise. They're actually getting really fat. So whenever they're out, I have to monitor them and make sure that they don't eat anything or kill the kittens, or it's just like a lot of stress, you know? So Patsy had a set of kittens and three of them stayed. Three of them stayed in the yard. And at first we weren't, like, we're not really cat people, we're dog people. When I was 16, one night, I just heard this scratching at my window, and when I opened my window, it was a cat. I was like, hey, you want to come in? And it came in, and we developed like a strong bond. It became my cat. But I still feel for that cat. Like, my brother was also allergic to cats. My mother doesn't like cats. So we weren't allowed to have cats, and so me keeping a cat was kind of against the rules. So I snuck it in my room. Every night it would come at my window and scratch, and I would let it in, and it would spend the night in my room. I made a little bed in the corner of my room, and I would hide it in my closet so my mom wouldn't see it when I went to school. It was a whole thing. And eventually the cat would try and get out of my room and go around the house. That's how my dad found out. And then I told my dad, look, I'm hiding this cat in my room. It comes every night. Help me out. And he was like, okay. So yeah, some nights he would keep the cat in another room and just hang out with the cat in there. And then other nights the cat would be in my room. But the problem is, it's hard to train cats. I've trained dogs my whole life, but it's hard to train cats. They're very independent. They don't really like to listen. So the cat eventually got really comfortable here and thought it was safe. And one night my dog was out and it decided that it wanted to come out of my room and go outside, and I was asleep and I didn't realize, so it went outside. I feel like I'm talking so. It went outside and my dog got it, and it never saw the light of day again. And that was very traumatizing. So I'm just like, I can't have cats because I have dogs, and my dogs will kill the cats. Yeah, that's just kind of how it is here in Jamaica. We don't really have like, I think we have one in Kingston, but we don't really have like an animal sanctuary or anywhere like that, or like a pound. Maybe in Kingston, but overall, I'm gonna just be honest, in Jamaica, it's not really the norm to be close with your pets. Maybe for some people, but out here in the country, and I know like majority of Jamaica, like dogs are on the street, cats are on the street, and it's culturally considered appropriate for them for that. It's not really considered the norm to house cats and dogs and feed them, and like just the fact that I've gone like so far with my cats, like they have their own bed, they have their own little toys, they have their own collars, like they eat salmon, cat food, they have bells around their neck, they don't have to worry or want for anything. That's not normal here in Jamaica. That's kind of funny. People will laugh at that. But I don't care. So where was I? Yeah, my cat died when I was a teenager, and I just told myself I wasn't really gonna get close to another cat, because what's the point? It's gonna die in my yard. So after my brother died in May of 2018, Patsy had a set of kittens in the backyard. 3 survived, and eventually they just kind of became a part of our family and our daily life. We resisted as much as we could, but we just couldn't. Like, you just have little kittens, what are you gonna do? You're gonna love them and fall in love and take care of them, and like you don't even have any like say in the matter, you know? But because that has happened, they become a part of my family, they become a part of my daily life, and I feel like for somebody who has, you know, I don't want to say depression. Should we say depression? I don't know. For people who get sad a lot or melancholy, I think it's so important to have an animal. It's like a safety net, and you don't feel alone. If my parents aren't here, I know I'm not alone because I have my cats, and it's just like they're so important to me. That I'm so attached now that if anything ever happened to them, God, I don't even want to think about it. I'll make a whole separate video about my dogs though, because that's a whole separate thing. I don't want to make this too long. But yeah, we have Striker, Cherry, and Baby Doll. Baby Doll is pregnant with her second set, right? By the same freaking alley cat that we all hate. All he does is get her pregnant, and he doesn't come back and take care of his kittens. He's just such a deadbeat. And I tell her all the time, like, why do you do this? You can do so much better. I'm kidding, guys. It's a cat. I understand. What I want to do is get her fixed, and when Cherry's old enough, get her fixed. We did have some people who would come our side to Treasure Beach, if you know where that is, and fix cats. You know the drill, guys. I'm so sorry. I apologize. It's gonna sound like an earthquake. It'll pass. Did I do it okay? So yeah, the cats have been a very important part of my life. They've been a part of quarantine here in Jamaica. I just feel like when you have like anxiety or depression or like anything like that, it's nice, almost very important to have, and it's kind of like a safety animal in my opinion, because I feel like my cats are my safety net. Like, I honestly don't know what I would do without them during this time of 2020. Like, I can't imagine 2020 without them. and that's big, that's huge. But I also feel this impending guilt because my dogs don't get the freedom that they usually get because we have all of these cats. So it's like my heart is just being torn in all of these different places, and I don't know how to fix it. But today we're gonna have a pregnancy shoot for our baby doll. Last time we were gonna do this, me and my best friend Alicia, we were speaking about it that night, and by morning she had the kitten. So we're like, we need to hop on this train now. That's another thing. I'm so used to raising dogs. I don't know stuff about cats. Like, I had to research and just learn on my own. They have babies fast. They breed so fast. It's ridiculous. And like, I wasn't expecting that. I guess I measure things by my dogs. When it's not dogs, I have cats. They're completely different things, animals. So I'm learning as I go along. So yeah, we're gonna do a pregnancy shoot. That's a whole little rant about me and my animals. I just have to stress like how important they are to me, even though they're spoiled little brats that don't know how to live without me. And I think they'd learn, but like, I put them in positions where they don't have to learn any. Is this what I'm gonna be like as a parent? Like, spoil my kids rotten and then wonder why they can't live without me? So this is the finished look. So much hair. We don't need that much. We don't need that much. We don't need that drama. Anyway, yeah. So I guess I'm a crazy cat lady now because I can't live without my cats, and I can live without them, but it would be hard. Like, I love them so much. They don't even know how much I love them, and my dogs. I just love my animals so much. I can't even like express myself. But hopefully we'll get somewhere with this pregnancy shoot because let me just explain the personalities. We have 3 of them. 3 different personalities. As I said, Striker is like a prince. I think of him as like a monk sometimes. You know, he's very like austere. He's an austere cat. Very. When people come and they see him, they're like, what is that? And he kind of looks like a crossbreed between a rabbit and a cat for some reason. I don't know why. Baby doll. I called her baby doll because she's so cute. When she was a baby, she would like roll over on her tummy and kind of like swipe, and she'd want you to rub her tummy. She loves when you rub her tummy, especially when she's pregnant, which is weird because I hear that cats hate that, but she loves it. And she's extra clingy when she's pregnant. Like, she wants so much attention. To the point, like, if she sees my dad, she actually starts whining. Like, she won't stop meowing until he goes to her side and like pets her and, you know, acknowledges her presence. So she's kind of like a princess, and he's like a prince. Now Cherry is a tomboy. Cherry's like a boy cat. She's like a little boy to me, and she's learning everything as she goes along. It's so interesting. Like, every day she learns something new. She learns things fast. Like, the other day she was just coming out of her box, and now she's climbing trees, and now she's like kind of all over the place. But her energy is like, the 2 older ones, they actually act like adult cats. Like, they're lazy. Not that adults are lazy, but they don't have the energy. They like to take naps, and they don't play as much as they did when they were kittens. But Cherry, she plays 24/7 until the point where she just passes out. Like, actually, like, she'll just lay there like this, and I put her in her bed, and she just doesn't get back up till morning. Is it obvious that I spend too much time with my cats and not actual humans? I'm okay though. Like, it's fine. It's fine, you know. Worse things have happened in 2020, so I'm not complaining. So those are the personalities of my cats. Baby doll, even though she's clingy when she's pregnant, she's also a little grumpy and lazy. She lacks energy. She's lethargic. She doesn't even like run anymore. She kind of just waddles. And you know, it's just so funny. It's not funny, but like I see the change in her since she's had her first kitten. It's like a human having their first baby. Like, they're not the same person. Like, their body's not the same, their shape isn't the same, their mood isn't the same. Everything has changed. And I just kind of thought cats, when they have babies, they just snap back and they just keep being themselves. But she's changed. Like, if she's going up the stairs, she grunts like it hurts, like and she moves slower and she's grumpier, but she's still baby doll. But you know, I'm sorry for the chaotic energy. Blame this dalgona coffee. But I made it, so it's kind of my fault. Whatever. We're gonna see if she cooperates with this pregnancy shoot. I have a feeling she won't, but let's just try it out and see what happens. What else we're gonna do in quarantine, you know? The world's on fire. You might as well have a pregnancy shoot for your pregnant cat.